Visit thriverealestateeducation.com for free video CE. You really can't go wrong. 24/7, 365. Do your CE right online.
Hello, Thrivers. Welcome. Jessica Peterson here, real estate agent out in Florida. And today I also have Paulina out in Florida with Century 21 to share with us all her insider information for all of our Thrivers out there. Hey, Paulina.
Hi, Jessica. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here. And it's truly an honor to be interviewed by you. I really appreciate it.
Aw, you're such a gem. I know we met through Anna Maria, both someone we highly admire and respect from Confident Closers. And our relationship has just evolved, and I'm grateful for you. You're an amazing person. And what I really admire about you is you're growing your brokerage within Century 21. And we also had that conversation. We're both also moms, parents, right? So this one is about parents out there on how to thrive, still how to be thriving out there in your real estate career and not sacrificing the little ones, because at the end of the day, they deserve all our love and attention. So
absolutely.
So Paulina, go ahead and give us a little bit more of a background about you briefly to all of our Thrivers, and then we're going to dive into the juicy stuff.
So I have been in the real estate industry for the past 15 years. I've been a real estate broker who has taught the real estate agents how to be successful for the last 10 years. And we recently joined Century 21 in January, which we believe that was kind of like the missing piece to our brokerage because of the great support. And that also puts us internationally, which is huge for us. I'm a mom of a 3.5-year-old and a 2-year-old, 3.5 and 2-year-old. And I've been married for the last 12 years. I was born in Ecuador. I came here when I was 13 years old. Started working when I was 16 in the banking industry. And by 21, I got my real estate license.
Wow, that's so amazing. Well, thank you for sharing that. So tell us, with being a mom and the balance in real estate, what do you find to be your number one secret sauce to make it a success?
So to me, the most important thing is, I'm a believer, and a lot of people know that. So my number one is, praying and asking God to just kind of give you that guidance to be able to be the mom, the wife, the entrepreneur, right? So a lot of people say that you can't do all three. And I can tell you that, so far we've been able to do all three. There are challenging times that you have to go through. Like, for example, when my first daughter was born, my assistant just quit, right before I gave birth. And my new assistant, obviously she was coming in. So I had to come to the office 3 days after giving birth because we had to do payroll. And that was very, very challenging. And that was that made me doubt whether entrepreneurship and being a business owner was really worth it. At the end of the day, it was worth it. At least from the perspective of an entrepreneur, you're able to bring your kids to work if you need to, something that you wouldn't be able to do at home. Also, as an entrepreneur, my computer is dying.
We're keeping it real here on Thrivers. We're keeping it real.
Right. Also, as an entrepreneur, we have things that are challenging to us specifically because we're women, right? So to me, it was the challenge of being a woman. And, unfortunately, we're still dealing with a lot of, the sexist man that think that, women are not into their level. Number two, I was Hispanic. I was very young. And number three is the fact of being a brand new business owner and just learning the ins and out of that. And then number four, being a brand new mom. We had not been able to have kids for 3 or 4 years. So that was my first. And then just finding the right team to be able to help you push through. So one of my biggest blessings when my first daughter was born was my assistant Diesi, and everybody knows that. And, she just pushed through. She was very young. She started with me. She was 21 years old. And she did not have the mentality of a 21-year-old. She had the much older mentality, but she saw the vision of where I wanted to take the company, and she helped me. And I think the key to you being successful business owner is having a real good team that you'll be able to be your support group, so you don't miss the part of being a mom.
Okay, so faith, and then you've got the teamwork, but it's more than just the teamwork, it's a vision. Like, I am so grateful for my team. I'm just, it's like pinch me, right? So that's also a huge part. So anybody listening who might be going through an obstacle, everybody has their own unique obstacles and challenges. As you know, Paulina, I wrote about it in my book, Create the Perfect Day, about my husband being in ICU. You know, and my daughter's 4 surgeries this past year, right? And then people are saying, wow, you capped in luxury, you capped the daughter's surgery, husband himself. So I always say, if I can do it, you can do it, right? So createtheperfectday.com right now, I'm giving that away with a 21-day challenge. You are an amazing human being. So anybody going through any challenges right now or obstacles, what would you say to all of our thrivers out there, Paulina?
So I'm a very strong believer that you have to think of, this is what I'm leaving right now. You gotta be able to not stay in that mindset that it's like, okay, I'm going through a hard time, but every time that you go through a hard time, say, I'm going through a hard time right now. I'm going through a divorce right now. I'm going through this medical right now. But it's, you know, the mindset that you have to have is, you're gonna get through it. There's always gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes it takes a lot longer to get to the light, and
Yes.
sometimes it takes a lot sooner, but there's always gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel. So I think that, like, you know, your create the perfect day is amazing, because one of the things that you and I have spoken about is, when you wake up, think about 5 things that you're thankful for. When you start your day with that thankfulness, it's very, very hard for you to be in an upset mood, for you to focus on the negative rather than the positive. So that to me would be my recommendation. Start your day first thing in the morning and think of 5 things that you're thankful for. And I know that's what create the perfect day. It starts with that, right?
Yes, it starts with, what do you look forward to in the day, right? We got to find that mojo, that motivation, because that's the number one thing, and you can't buy it or get it from anyone. It comes from within. And then at the end of every day, my daughter and I, we come up with at least 3 new things we're grateful for. And it really challenges you to look at things new. And, you know, one day my daughter said this light bulb, and I thought, wow, I never really had gratitude for the light and the light bulb, right? So it's just the little things. And I love hearing from others what they're grateful for. And it's in my planner I developed. Yes, what do you look forward to today? So Paulina, share with everyone what you look forward to today.
I look forward to picking up my daughters. I actually, you know, are able to now do that. I come to work, I go pick them up, and then I come back to work. And just hearing about their day, you know, they're at that stage in their life where now they talk more and they share to you more things. And that's what I look forward to every day.
Oh, absolutely love that. So, okay, so all of our thrivers out there, every day, what you look forward to about the day, and then end your day with the gratitude, right? And I was inspired by that gratitude by a woman who's going through cancer. And she says she stepped outside every evening and came up with 5 new things. So that inspired me. I implement it in my life, you know, pay it forward, do it. Okay, so we've got the faith, the team, but the team with the vision, and we've got the gratitude. And I really like how you said, Paulina, we look at, it's just temporary, right? And after going through the experience, my husband ICU, I realized every day is perfect because we're alive. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have those ups and downs, right? You can't plan for everything, go with the ride, but why not create a life that you desire? So just realize it's temporary. There's better times ahead. That's really good. I like that golden nugget. So, okay. So any other insider wisdom or info for our thrivers as we conclude that you'd like to go ahead and share with everyone, Paulina?
One of the things that I'd like to share with people is, you can do it. A lot of times us as women think that we have to depend of our significant other. And although we do have to, the idea is to have a good marriage and a loving marriage and a caring marriage. But, lately I've been finding out a lot of, women where they can leave an abusive relationship because they feel that that's the only way. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the only way. You could be successful, you could be a mom. It takes time, it takes persevering, it takes effort, and it definitely takes a lot of this. We're often pulled apart between the being a mom. Sometimes, if our children are sick, we want to be there with them the whole time, but there's times that unfortunately you may not be able to be there. And somebody in the family maybe has to take care of them. And that really plays with your mind, right? Then you're like, okay, am I being a bad mom? Am I not doing enough? So looking at what do I want for my children's future, right? I want to teach my daughters entrepreneurship from when they're very young, but I also want to be able that when they graduate, high school, that they are going to have, like when they graduate high school, that they're not going to have to get into student loans, and most parents live that right now. We're only thinking about right now, but yes, we live right now. Let's live our perfect day right now, but let's think about what do I want for them? Mm-hmm. What do I want for my children? I have a Hispanic background, and most Hispanic people live paycheck to paycheck, and they also live, filled with debts. So when their kids grow, instead of them inheriting a legacy, they end up inheriting a debt. So what plan do you have? And the other suggestion that I have is get yourself a coach. Get yourself a life coach. Get somebody that, will be able to take you to that next level. It's very, very important, even if it's just once a month, because there's times that your mind just plays with you and you just need that one person next to you to tell you, you can do it. This is right now, it's temporary, and you're going to be successful. I often think of it as, if we were going through like a forest that's full of fire, and like God is in the helicopter, and God goes, if you just walk through the fire, although, it's hot, you're going to see that after we put that fire, you're going to see a huge mansion, or you're going to see a paradise, right? So God is above us, looking at the amazing things once we get through our right now temporary situation that we're facing.
Yes, it's just temporary, like you said. It's a temporary situation. And with the children, I've had people write in and say with Create the Perfect Day, they've now started to have conversations with their children, what their perfect day looks like, and it's revealed what are their goals, what are their dreams, right? And sometimes it's so fascinating. I was a TEDx speaker, and my daughter was approached about being one, and she's like, no, I don't want to be one. And sometimes people think, well, if mama did it, daughter wants to. She's like, I don't want to do it, right? So just finding out our children's dreams and supporting them at the end of the day. And I really like how you said people out there may feel like they don't really deserve it. And here's a statement I've said when I've taught and spoke at real estate events. I always say, why not you?
Absolutely. And I think like somebody like you who is a coach, who's helping clients, who's constantly encouraging people. Even you've helped me, and we went through the first time that I was going to be in a webinar, and I called you up and I said, Jessica, I said, I don't know what to say. I'm like, and you very clearly said, stop being selfish. You have a story to share, and people need to hear it. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't because of that phone call that I had with you, I would have had a much harder time speaking at that event.
Okay, so we gotta share that story really quick with everyone, because it probably applies to every single person listening. So I kept being asked to be a speaker at events, and I'll never forget one of my mentors, partners. He was a former top real estate agent, now psychotherapist. And I said, I get scared, I get terrified. It wasn't really my thing. People are shocked. And he looked at me, he said, quit being selfish. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, it's not about you, it's about the others. You have a message, you have information. And that was life-changing for me. And I have literally had even cases where people said, you saved my life. Mm-hmm. So every thriver out there listening right now, by you not getting out there and serving more people, you're almost being selfish, right? Let's be real. You're being a little selfish. It's not about you. Get out there and serve more people.
Absolutely.
And I'm happy you're out there serving, and I'm happy and grateful you're out there giving us wonderful information, Paulina. I appreciate you. Send love to your family.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica. I really appreciate it. Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Well, Paulina, thank you so much for that wonderful insight and information for all of our thrivers, how to go ahead and have that balance in regards to, you know, being a parent and still thriving in real estate. It's very inspiring how much you've overcome and achieved, and thank you for sharing that. I really like how you said, first of all, faith was really important to you. And then the second aspect of it was coming down to the team and the vision part of that team. Thirdly, realizing anytime you're going through a hard time, think of it as just temporary and not anything in the long run future. I know you gave us much more detailed information with that powerful impact and short amount of information. I just want to say thank you for that. And thank you to all of our thrivers out there. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. Have an amazing wow day. Bye.
Visit thriverealestateeducation.com for free video CE. You really can't go wrong. 24/7, 365. Do your CE